part of our campus through a scholarship fund we're developing in his memory. Contributions to that fund can be made through the OSU Mansfield Development Office. I want to emphasize that this is very much an earned degree. Michael's diploma would have been presented at the graduation ceremonies in Columbus on March 17th. Indeed, it was at that ceremony that a member of the President's staff gave me the diploma to bring back here. This morning, to award Michael's degree and present his diploma to his family, we're pleased to have Dean Donald Anderson of the College of Education with us. Dean Anderson, I'll turn the podium over to you.
Thank you, Charles. I'm pleased to be here, and especially pleased to see some of my Mansfield colleagues here, and many of the students, and of course especially the Williams family, who are here to pick up a diploma that I would have handed to their son on Friday, March 17th. As Mr. King said, Michael earned the degree. He had completed all the requirements for graduation a quarter ago. Was completing a couple of courses in the spring quarter that would have led to certification. So it is an earned degree, and we're really pleased that we're able to pass it on to his family. I did not know Michael, and as a matter of fact, for those of you students out here in the Mansfield branch, a lot of the undergraduate students at Ohio State I don't know either. So that's not uncommon for me to hand diplomas to degrees to people that I don't know. But I've heard many things about Michael over the last couple of months, and from some of my colleagues who knew him very well, who said that he was the model of what we were looking for in teacher training candidates, would have been a good teacher, and now through a scholarship fund that's being set up in his name, we hope we know that his contribution will continue, and we're very pleased about that. I'd like to at this time recognize the Williams family. I wonder if I could ask you all to stand. We'd like to.
Well, it doesn't seem like long ago that I had a degree that was given to me by Dr. Kramer at Ohio State, and I took a lot of pride in. And I also remember some of the conversations that he had with me throughout my college career here at OSU Mansfield, and also in Columbus. And I know the impact that he had on me in my life, and I know that he also shared a lot of very special times with Michael as well. And so I would like to personally recognize Dr. Kramer for what you've done for me and also for Michael. And, you know, I see Michael was, you know, such a, you know, special person to our family, and it's very difficult for me to, you know, to really put together in words anything that could adequately express how important he was to all of us, and how important this accomplishment is to each of us. One of the things that I remember is when Mike got a letter in the mail from Ohio State University, he called me first before he even opened the letter, called me before anyone else, and I, you know, feel real proud to be that close to Mike. And he says, "You got to come down here in my room and see this." And he opens it up, and it was his commencement date, and he was going to be student number 121, marching in line, and he was very proud of his accomplishment of being able to graduate. It took him a little bit longer than it took some of the rest of us, but nonetheless, he was very proud of that. And I can just know that pride that we feel as a family in accepting this diploma, that pride is also with Mike, wherever he is taking his journey to the next side. I do want to be very brief. My mother wrote something that I thought was kind of captured some of the sentiments of how we feel as a family, and also as how we feel Mike would feel if he were around. And I'd like to just read that. Mike worked long and hard for the day he would receive this diploma. And though he could not be here in person, I'm sure from the other side, he is aware and is as proud as we are of his accomplishments. We grieve for ourselves, but feel blessed for having him as a member of our family. Love is eternal, and Mike was the embodiment of love. And again, I mean, I'd like to recognize Mike again for his accomplishments. mentioned just as he got ready to hand this diploma to me, he said Mike would have been a good teacher. And I think I'd like to just change for the record to say Mike was a good teacher and Mike is a good teacher. And I think that as long as we let Michael be alive in our hearts and recognize the things that he stood for while he shared the 24 brief years here with us, it will be just an inspiration and a model for us to continue on and to make OSU the proud tradition college and university that it was intended to be and is. And I'm proud to be a part of it and proud to be an alumni of OSU. And hats off to the OSU for pulling off and giving us the opportunity to recognize Michael again in this fashion. Thank you. And last, there are some some programs that were given to Michael at the funeral commencement or the funeral, whatever they call that. And anyone that would like to have a copy of that, I do have them up here at the front. And it was kind of a consolation to us. They were readings from our religion that we belong to, the Baha'i faith. And in closing, I just would like to read a paragraph from that. And again, please feel free to come up to the front and get those at the conclusion of the meeting. And this is a reading on life after death. The death of that beloved youth